All right, how's everybody doing? So I had a different video planned for this weekend, but I got a surprise in the mail. Now, I knew it was coming because the person told me. And it came in this big box right here. So, yeah, when the person told me that they were sending it to me, I was really taken back. In fact, I even told them I really didn't have any words to say. Still really don't. The person that I'm talking about is David. Now, if you don't know David, I will put a link to his Instagram and his YouTube channel, and please go over and give him a sub if you would. Now, let me put that over there. What was in that box, and this is why I still don't have words to say. I mean, it blew my mind. Is this guy right here. This is a European longsword. And damn, this thing is nice. This is really, really nice sword. This ranks up there with the Shadow Dancer that Joe sent me. And because just the colors on that were like, wow. Especially on the Saya, those colors. But this thing, it feels so good in the hands too. I mean, my hand really can grip it. And then this hand can really grip it. So it's definitely a two-hander, obviously, because it's a long sword. But the weight for this is phenomenal. Now, obviously, most of the weight's in the handle, especially with this big pommel. I'm going to have close-ups of this thing. But it feels nice in the hands. Like, I could do trick cuts with this thing. Seriously. I can transition my hands on this thing like crazy. So the weight on this, believe it or not, is 3.3 pounds. But it doesn't feel like that. Like I said, most of the weight, because if I understand correctly, the European swords, a lot of them, not all of them, the weight is in the handle. Whereas katanas, the weight is forward. But this does not feel like 3.3 pounds. To put it in perspective, my newest Sawadi katana that I have weighs 2.8 pounds. It feels heavier than this thing. I'll put a link somewhere over here or here to that sword. But just the weight distribution on this is totally different than that thing. But man, and it is sharp. This thing is sharp. Hopefully I have some cutting with it, footage in this. But David, man, this is a beautiful sword. And really, I don't know what to say. I really, really don't. Kind of taken back by it, but this thing is nice. Now, the handle is real leather. The scabbard, real leather. I mean, you can smell the leather on it. It's got a wood core, obviously. So the stitching on the scabbard, the leather stitching is done very, very well. You don't even really see gaps anywhere. And it's a soft leather too. It's a really soft leather. Has a nice feel to it. It has embossing on the rain flap there. Very well executed. Like I said, the stitching on this is very nice. The stitching on the handle is well done. It has a little high point to it, but you know, it doesn't really interfere or feel uncomfortable. And I'll show you what I mean. So it's a little bump right there, but you're gonna get that when you do leather working sometimes, especially if they kind of like fold it in on itself to make it much nicer. But like I said, it's not uncomfortable at all. And the stitching, like I said, on the handle is very well executed. So obviously I don't know who the maker is. Okay. Box did say this is manganese steel. Okay. So that means it's going to be really hard to break this sword because manganese steel is pretty damn impressive. If you haven't seen my video on my breakdown, my kind of like overview breakdown manganese steel, it'll be up here somewhere and you can check that out. But it's very durable steel. It does have a fuller in it. It's got a nice fuller all the way up to right about there. And then it goes into a diamond cross section. So that probably helps with the weight. So I'm assuming the pommel and the guard are probably stainless, they normally are. It is pinged, and it's done very well. There's no hot spots, no nothing. Done very exceptionally well, in my opinion. Not an expert on European swords. I know more about Japanese swords, but I'm trying to move into other swords. So I'm learning as I go, just like all of us. So like I said, the ping is done really nicely. Point of balance on this thing is 2.5 from the guard. That's crazy. I think the only Japanese sword that I have where the point of balance is at that is my Wakizashi. Oh, especially with the length of this blade. This has a really generous steering. It's a long sword, obviously. Exactly 36 inches. Exactly. So yeah, this is one heck of a sword that David sent me. Holy crap. I mean, that was a very considerate thing that David did. I mean, like I said, I really don't have words at all. Oh, and the tension, it locks in there. You really don't hear rattle, really. And then it's got a nice little metal back end piece right there, which is probably stainless too. So, I mean, you gotta give it, you don't really have to tug at it to get it out of there, which is nice. And of course, it's got where you can hook it up to a frog system. Doesn't have a belt, which is fine, but you can hook it up to a frog system. And these buckles, they're not chintzy buckles. They're actually really good buckles. I mean, And then the fittings, let me see if I can't get that in there. Kind of. They are brass. But yeah, they're not chintzy buckles on here. So they didn't give you cheap ones. And believe me, I've seen on leather pieces, not this, where it got really cheap, but this isn't at all. But wow. Just wow. So, David, thank you very much. Highly appreciate it. So, if you made it this far, thank you for watching, and potentially stick around because hopefully I'll have at least a couple of cutting with this for the very first time. Until next time, take it easy.
Whoa.
That was fun.
I should try it.
You want to give it a try? This thing sings when you cut with it.
Yeah. Okay, so this is like way different from me. So like right there.
Yeah.
Okay. That's like way different.
It's way different.
I've only ever cut with katanas and that was weird.
It feels weird.
I didn't even make it through.
Okay. Last one. Let me see if I can stab it.
You stabbed it.
Not only did I stab it, it just sliced like right through it when I did that, when I came up. Damn.